myself, like, I was not when I started now doing vlogs. I told you way before all these other things happened and we had to shift from Ghetto Rhyme. I was doing makeup, sit down, and fashion, and then I was like, okay, they're not doing that good. And then one day I was like, let me just show them how my life is living in the ghetto. And I remember I would film like making rice and jahe, going to buy mandazi with my sister.
So like in just morning. In the hood, Nini.
Yeah, like when I'm doing laundering. Walking on with my sister and asking my sister to take pictures of me. That time my sister was so small.
Hey.
She was so small.
How old was she?
I think she was like 9.
What?
Yeah. And
no, but it's good.
Like 14.
But it's good. Like she was the best part about somebody like that being part of your story and journey.
Yeah.
That's special.
Like I would just like show like exactly how it is. And that version of me was so nice, and I like need to learn some things from her.
Tell me you don't miss that version of you right now.
I do, because she was so like.
First of all,
like not suffering, but like who I was as a person at that time.
Yeah.
I was less conscious about like the content.
You don't care.
Like I didn't care.
Because you're like, what do I have to lose anyway? What do I have to lose anyway?
Exactly.
Nothing. So I'm doing the content. How I want it. If you don't have good feedback, I'm still posting tomorrow.
Like, what am I losing? What's the worst that can happen? I'm already like living in the trenches. What else are you gonna tell me?
How low are you going to take me? Yeah, how low? Exactly.
I'm already like at the bottom. Like, you wanna take me lower?
Yeah.
To where?
To where?
Exactly.
It's not possible.
Exactly.
And I think that's a journey. You'll even notice with like athletes. Even think about anybody on social media who's grown. You'll kind of miss the older version of them. Yeah. Because it was so raw, unfiltered, and they were just themselves. Like even anybody, even if I give you like now an example of like, I'll pick like the Kenyan ones. If I pick Elsa, I can't relate to anything that Elsa says anymore. Not in a bad way. She's doing good content. And when she's saying she had breakfast here in New York, and then she was going to see, I don't know who, like in Spain.
And like,
I'm like, I really like what you've grown into, but I don't even know what the hell you're saying I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But it's such a good thing for people to also know how progress can take you really far. Yeah. Any different, even like just local artists, we see different people changing in different, but you'll miss like even like their old songs. Even like if it's the Ghetto artist, their first songs, nice, you jam, and then they do collabs a bit, they start doing corporate stuff, and you're like, what are these songs, Sasa? What is this now?
And that's why I really do try my best to be my authentic self and
just
like
be yourself.
Not care. It's just that now, that authenticity, I feel like it's not enough for people, but back then I didn't care.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like, yes, I've grown and changed, but like my authenticity, I still carry it with me. But like now I feel like, okay.
You pick and choose kind of.
I kind of like feel, is this like too mundane?
Yeah.
Well, back in the day, I wouldn't care. Because like,
but why do you think that is
about,
yeah.
comparison, because of what we were talking about before we started shooting.
Oh, yes.
Because I know like people want to, they want to see like a certain lifestyle.
But they will rush you. That's the problem.
Exactly.
Don't be rushed
and
by
now
the
me,
audience.
I'm the type of person who can't allow that to get to me.
Yeah, don't get...
Exactly.
That's where you lose yourself.
Exactly.
Not even you lose yourself.
Exactly. And no, I can't allow that to happen to me. So I know, of course, it's just in my mind.
Yeah.
Now I feel, when I compare myself, I feel like my authenticity, it's like, but that's not what people want. People want to see aesthetics.
Okay.
They want to see like...
Actually, I've seen a lot of aesthetics more right now in your content.
Really?
Compared... Come on. Which is progress.
But compared
it's
to
progress.
other people's, it's not the same.
It's not the same.
That's what I'm talking about.
But I'll say, like, as an outsider, somebody who just started recently following you. Hold on.
That's so crazy.
I just like, because at times I'm always looking at my pictures and videos and For You page and people I follow. I'm like, where are these people getting all this money to just eat in restaurants? Me, I'm cooking by there. Because even I've come to enjoy cooking. But I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should actually go out. But then again, I'm always like, I actually enjoy home cooked meals. So now what I realize is like even when I post, because like I can do lifestyle, I can do vlog style videos, and more of tech because that's like something that I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
And then I started doing this thing with food now. So now let's say like for this one, I was just doing like a chicken salad. So now remember, I'm a tech
I
person.
want one so bad.
Now you see, even for you, you're like,
I've been wanting to a salad.
So even forget about this Kwanzaa, so that I explain to you. I'm a tech nini person. So I do a tech video nini, and then I post it. And then I'm like, so nobody's sharing or saving it. And then I post about food. I don't even like doing food content. And then people are saving. They're asking me about ingredients. But I'm just like, you know what, by the way, you know what? I lose my mind if I start thinking this way.
Yeah.
So I'll just balance because I know I love tech, but I will post it. Let people who enjoy tech. But something like food, everybody eats food.
Yeah.
So I understand why people be like, oh, so even this is something I can even try tomorrow. But tech, if I'm talking about a camera that I bought CG for how much? How many people like...
The audience is kind of kidogo for that.
It's a bit. So I understand, but also I'm also can't hold myself back from doing that because that's where I am.
That's what you feel
I'm really passionate about.
Yeah.
So I also do it because it will be teaching people about something new. They will learn. And also I think crazy enough, like, because I'm always talking about cameras. So content creators can always go back and be like, oh, maybe this microphone is what I can get. Maybe this is what I can advance to. So I still do that. But I've just realized at times, like even your audience can make you kind of lose yourself and start focusing on even things that you're not that passionate about.
Right.
Food, I love, everybody likes eating. But I'm not that kind of like food content person. But when I post about food.
I love food.
But when I post, but that's the thing, when I post about food, somebody's even asking me like, what exactly cooking oil? But I'm like, okay, so what can we substitute for
that?
But I'm like, I can't believe it, by the way. But that also gives you a different audience, which I still appreciate. Even when I moved to this place, I started doing like just what is it called? Apartment transformation. So I took people through the whole process. Let me not tell you how people loved that content.
People love that content.
So
I don't know why, but people love those videos.
But eventually the house was full. And then you know what happens?
Sustainable content.
No, sir. It's like we miss the old content.
Yeah.
So I asked somebody, so do you want me to move out to a different house and start furnishing again? Start furnishing with different furniture. And I'm like, come on, man. And now even you guys adjust to what's here. Because you've come here for content. Let me curate it for you and let's enjoy something that, different. But I'm not going to move to a different place just to please people.
True.
No.
Yeah,
no need for that. So back to that, you're talking about like just being authentic and how hard at times it is tapping into like that old creative person maybe.
Yeah, and it's not because I don't have my creativity. I have it, but now I feel like maybe it's not enough now. And then I never used to care because I'd be like, hey, nowadays people like, I don't know.
Like you think people expect more of you?
Not that they
it's
expect
the pressure you're
more.
giving yourself.
Yeah, maybe when I'm comparing myself, which is not a good thing. And
with other
nowadays
people.
Exactly. And nowadays I've tried my best to like, I don't like comparing myself.
It's gonna kill you.
And it's a normal part of human
experience. It's human. Yeah.
Sometimes to do that.
Yeah.
And every time I feel like that when it comes up, because Kitambo used to do it a lot, and I have to remind myself, everybody has their own journey. What you're dealing with is not what somebody else is dealing with. Because sure, if I wanted to do that content where I'm traveling all the time, I'm doing all these fancy things all the time, I can. But like,
what fancy things? First of all, cause no, I want to know. Cause like what you'd compare from someone.
What we were talking about.
I don't remember. It will remind me. I will refresh my memory.
I think people want to see, because sometimes people want to live
through you. Actually, true. Very true. Yeah.
People like content. You see all these like slangs and like girls how they like, like mini.
Kwanza girls give each other pressure. Let me tell you something. It's too much. I'm telling you, even for me,
I get them though.
The way I'm telling you, I'm like, I'm just seeing like, okay, hidden gem today, right? And somebody has put the budget because they've included the budget. I'm like, okay, so on Wednesday there's another hidden gem, and Friday. I'm like, so now in my head, I'm like, ain't no way you've spent like 15 G's this week on food.
I know.
I'm like, okay, but this is not sustainable. But next weekend or next week, there is Monday, Friday, and Nini again. Exactly. And then I'm like, no, but you see, that's not practical because
it's not.
You might run out of money. Exactly. And I think that's something also content creators suffer from. We've seen a lot of people like going to a place where they crash because maybe they overspent on just doing content because they thought they have to do it that way. And it's kind of...
because most of the time, that's what people like watching. Like, people want to see you having a good life.
Yeah. Versus celebrating 24/7.
Exactly. And which I can kind of understand. Like, it's part of human... You want to watch, like if you just have your normal, like... life, you want to get there and like see somebody, and feed your delusion a bit,
No, I get it.
I get it. But another thing is, now with the comparison thing, I have to keep reminding myself, and I think this is something that can apply in everyone. Like, we all have different journeys. That's what I was saying. Can I live a life whereby like I'm constantly traveling, I'm constantly like doing fancy things, I'm constantly shopping, I'm constantly sure. I can if I wanted to. But like I have a family to take care of.
Yeah.
And I have to remind myself, maybe that other person, they don't have all those things.
Yeah.
And also they have a different journey. And Pia, like this is where gratitude comes from. Because what I have, I'm sure there are other people who are like, oh my gosh, Serah, you even have like, I wish I had what you have. Even
neighbors probably who like, used to live around you in Githurai and they can see the progress and everything.
Exactly. No, the pressure comes, this is why it's so important, like sometimes to know how to call yourself back to Nini, because you're comparing your content with other creators and seeing the amount of views they're getting with the content they're putting out, because it's just like having a good time type of content.
True.
And of course, as a creator, you want to grow.
But which content made you grow?
Exactly, it's being me.
Yeah.
And now every time I have to keep reminding myself that because I'm the type of person, I really don't know how to fake.
Hey, by there, that's the thing.
It would bother me so much. Even sometimes I'll see some people like they're even big. They're already like big.
Yeah.
But like sometimes I'll watch their content and I'm like, like just the way you like like, is this how you normally talk? Like I
people
get
are good
the
actors.
Exactly.
People are good actors. Because mpaka those ones, I've even seen those ones of blindfold and then surprise. Mpaka I'm like, come on. I'm like, this is not real life by there. This is not real life. I don't understand what people are doing out there, but I know for a fact, because that's not normal. Because like, let's say even for you, you've dealt with like your high-end clients who call in different places, but you can even see with them, it's not celebration 24/7.
Exactly.
They have their down days. Even maybe you coming there when they're talking to them, doing the makeup.
They're telling you stories.
You cheer them up. But you'll get to understand like they're just normal people with normal lives. But they choose when to celebrate.
But I think sometimes people don't like seeing normal life.
They don't. Kwanza you say problems. Problems.
They want like...
Ati is broke tena. Ati hezi afford nini tena. I'm like, but that's why I think also like as a content creator, as you progress, you really need to understand your money.
Yeah.
Even if whether it's coming in little batches, big, really understand it and understand where you want to be maybe in the next 3 to 4 years. People are looking up to you, but you also want to be able to grow constantly. Just grow, and not go back because of maybe you overspent on a project, on content, especially at your peak or when you're growing.
Exactly. And I'm like, when people like when they enjoy certain specific, like when you're having just a nice like lifestyle. Hata kama utasema, oh, I'm a bit sad today, but like, okay, you're sad, but like the next day I'm now enjoy, like, umesema. But like people need to know, like, that's not how, because I feel like sometimes that can also affect people, and like they think like, oh, now my life nini. Like life is not like that.
They think because I'm not living that life, I'm not good enough, or I'm not living a good life. Some people even start looking at, how many times I've had people like even talking, and then I'm like, you can't say that, because like if I took an example and ask you, like, your mom is a hardworking mom, right? So would you say that she's not a good enough person because she can't do this for herself?
No.
Like that rude lady who said about matatu people, and still go back to her. You don't just say that, because like they're genuinely people that still use. Like my mom doesn't have a car. Of course, I'm planning to surprise her soon.
Period.
Hey, listen,
Amen.
you'll get there. But you also have to understand, like, it's genuinely that people who just, that's normal life to them.
Yeah.
But it's not because someone is poor. Even like get a car, you have to figure out insurance, those 2 inspections, where you're going to park it, all those things. All these things come slowly in life, and it takes adjustment. And there's some people who can even afford, but they can't buy because it's just not their thing yet.
Yeah,
it's kind of like if you have like a shosho or a guka. Yes, they have that money, but you tell them they start to learn how to drive and go where and do nini.
Yeah.
So it's don't think just because you don't have one thing. And I think I've even seen some of it, like on my comments at times when I do my unboxing videos, to travel videos. I see like, okay, there's that one of it must be nice, but that's not nini. But those ones like, this is the life I want. When somebody says that, now that's scary.
It is scary.
Because trust me, your life is just okay. Are you able to deal with the kind of problems that I deal with?
I know. And like, I know it's human psychology to want to watch something that is pleasing, or something that kind of takes you out of your reality kidogo.
Yeah.
And that's okay. But like, it's a thing. I think if you want to be a content creator, you have to choose your battle. Like I always say this, authenticity is one of the hardest thing to be, especially like right now. And I think like since ever, being your authentic self is like the hardest thing to do, and that's why it's a path followed by few, because sometimes authenticity is not the most appealing things. It doesn't have as much dopamine hits.
Yeah, the imperfections.
Exactly. Because when you see like somebody having like a nice sawa atongea, like aseme like, I'm having a hard day, but like I'm gonna like complain a bit. Not about actual deep thing. Yeah. But like just in general. Yeah. And then like they brush it off and you keep seeing like they're having a good time. That gives you dopamine. Yeah. It gives you dopamine rather than seeing somebody who is living life at a slower pace. Yeah. A gradual pace.
We hata agenda mahali this week.
Exactly. Na hivyo ndivyo life inafaa kukua.
It's normal. I think that's normal life,
but
honestly.
Sasa unajua pia the game of content creation, that's not how it works.
No, that's true. But okay, that's true. That's true. But I think...
So you have to be comfortable to know that if you decide to be purely authentic you won't get as much views as...
True.
And not to say that other people who are living a certain life, they're not authentic, but it's just different.
It's different.
The thing is, you have to know like your authenticity, regardless of the numbers that you're getting, it will always reward you.
It will, and in so many different ways.
Always rewards authenticity.
People who will reach out are different, clients who will reach out are different. And I think also you don't want to give yourself that pressure that I've said, like you have to lose yourself. Because if you lose yourself, it might not be sustainable. It'll just be for a short period. Because reality always catches up with you. You can write as many scripts as you want for your YouTube, but reality will catch up with you. Bills will catch up with you.
Always.
Fake friends will... Because you'll attract certain kind of people.
Exactly.
You know that. You'll attract... Even with what you're posting, you attract different kind of people. people you think they just want to be your friends, to be next to you for the nini, and then it's just people with bad intentions.
I know.
Unfortunately, because I've seen so many content creators also who sit together, and then you're like, I don't think these people are friends. Because they're doing this for the video.
Yeah.
But and when you see people who are genuinely like just connected together, you'll be like, okay, these guys are friends, and it makes sense. Even when they're doing like a collab, it's authentic. Nobody's being too extra or anything. But the ones who like fabricate for content, but they still get the numbers though. So
that's
now
what I'm saying.
Still get the numbers.
And like I actually when I was having these thoughts, and every time I think about it, sometimes I'm kind of like, shout out to you guys for like playing the game how it's supposed to be played.
Yeah.
It's just that sometimes playing the game means kind of like losing yourself or something.
You lose yourself.
But
That's true.
you will win at the game.
You will.
But now you will lose you. So
but long term,
determine what is more valuable to you.
Yeah. Anybody who's stretched out of their comfort zone or character, you can see like right now, it's very hard for them to go back to being like normal because they already did the extra stuff and now they have to keep up with it
and that's tiring.
If that's not it, what's more tiring than you faking a personality that's not yours? It has to be hard.
It's so
because even when it slips out kidogo, you're trying to get back to track heavy. You're like, that's too much. It's too much work.
Yeah.
I'd rather just be myself because then you can hit record and like, just be yourself.
Yeah.
Go where you won't normally go, do your normal things. And
you don't have to feel stressed, feel pressured, like unajua uko tu sawa. And I think when I came in terms with that, like I started feeling a bit easier. So at nowadays, anytime like I will have that thing of comparison, I'm like down about like nini, I'll just like remind myself. And then I've also learned a lot, and I'm like, okay, sawa. As a content creator, numbers are very validating. They're very, very validating.
Yeah.
But if kama wewe unaona like for you to get the numbers that you want, you're gonna have to be a certain way, and for you it's a no, then be grateful for the numbers that you have and keep showing up like you're exactly where you're meant to be. Everything is okay. It's not like you're losing anything. This is just like pressure from outside that is getting to you.
I want to ask you, like,